Okay.
Ernest.
Now I'll now read the 48-hour
Please read the 48-hour notice.
Meeting covered by 48-hour notice. Notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of this meeting was transmitted to the North Jersey Herald News, the Record, the Arabic Voice, the Italian Voice, the Passaic County Pulse, Dominicana News, the Quisqueya International, El Especial, the Paterson Press, the City Post News, Tap into Paterson, in addition to any other publication duly requesting such notices. At or about 11 a.m. on January 27th, 2023, such notices were posted on the bulletin board in the offices of the city clerk at City Hall. Thank you. Would you like me to read the...
Madam Clerk, please read the resolution to go into executive session.
Yes, sir. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, be advised that the Municipal Council of the City of Paterson has scheduled a special meeting for Tuesday, March 23rd at 8 p.m. to be held in the council chambers, 155 Market Street, 3rd floor, City Hall, New Jersey, for the purpose of discussing the following matters. Public portion. 1. Resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss filling a vacancy in the position of municipal clerk and to potentially interview one or more of the candidates to fill the vacancy. So Law Resolution 23-175, formal action will be taken. Executive session. Executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss filling a vacancy in the position of city clerk and to potentially interview one or more of the candidates to fill the vacancy. No formal action will be taken. Resolution number 2 is resolution appointing a replacement for the municipal clerk, either via NJSA 40A:9-133A or via 40A:9-133C, Law Resolution 23-176. Formal action will be taken.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Cotton and second by Councilman Velez, Mims, and Mendez. Roll call to go to the executive session.
Roll call to enter into executive session. Councilman Abdulaziz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilman Mendez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mims.
Yes.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
The votes are 9 yeses. Executive session is hereby opened.
Can I make a motion to close the executive session?
So, second.
Yes. Roll call.
Roll call.
Okay.
Roll call.
Roll call to close the executive session. Councilman Abdulaziz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilman Mendez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mims.
And that's what default does. My vote is yes.
Councilman Udine.
Yes.
Councilman Velez.
That's the best
Mr.
decision
President,
tonight. My
Yes.
vote is yes.
The votes are 9 yeses. Executive session is hereby closed.
Can I make another motion?
Motion to,
Yes.
Do I gotta make a motion to put the name in?
Yes.
All right. I make a motion that we, put Jacqueline E. Murray as our city clerk
Second.
here for the city of Paterson. I make that motion.
Second.
Second.
There's a result.
Council President, Council President, Council President.
Discussion.
Yes, discussion. I think the
Councilwoman
motion should be, this is the only position that the council hires. Therefore, the motion should be moved by Councilwoman Cotton and second by the remaining council, as we're going to be taking action today. This is not I'm not with her, as I stated, I prepared here packets that are transparent and will be
Okay.
given to every council member. So I just wanted to just say, the second
you.
should be the entire council.
Discussion, Council President.
No.
No, we already been discussing.
There's something that I have to say in the discussion, and it's clear enough.
No, let's just vote.
Say to the
Oh,
closing.
you want to say in closing? I'd say in closing. If they let me speak, I will say it.
The move by Councilwoman Cotton and second by rest of the council members. Roll call on
Discussion.
discussion again.
Just quickly,
Yes.
if people did not vocalize a second, How do we remove or add voices that did not say anything?
I did second.
I know, there were a few that said, but there were some that said nothing. So how do we say, we recommend?
Council
that it be
President, you
second?
can remove my second. You can remove my second. Let's just vote at the end of the day. So instead of the whole council, you
This
can
is a
remove my
council
second.
action. It should be supported
It
by
has been done previously.
Right.
I don't
before. Why
understand.
is it an issue now?
I don't understand. I'm trying to hold my conversation and they shut
Many
me down.
times it has been
Everybody-
done previously.
No,
Guys, it's a
no,
second.
yep. Let me
Roll
make
call,
it.
roll call.
Councilwoman Mims?
No, I'm not finished. When we're voting, so in one instance, we want to follow Robert Rules of Orders. In another instance, we want to all of a sudden act like we were for Madam Clerk. There were a few people that said second.
Okay,
And that's how it was. So
No.
if it's not that way, we can't say just the remaining didn't vocalize it.
Councilwoman, that's not correct. If somebody's speaking up because they're part of the
okay,
second,
ma-
we've done
that's
this
not-
plenty of
that's not how it
times.
works. It
Why
doesn't
create a
work that way.
division?
It's
Why
not
create that division?
Okay, one second. Okay,
It's not-
can you
it's
stop?
been one.
Madam Clerk,
The
there is a
process
motion on
is-
the floor, moved by Councilwoman Cotton, second
Second.
by rest of the council.
Council.
If anybody don't wanna second it, please raise your hand. Roll call, Madam Clerk. Thank you. So everybody wanna second it, I
I
guess.
need a resolution for the number and everything.
I'm getting what I want anyway. She gonna be the
What's the
clerk.
resolution?
She gonna be the clerk.
It's right here.
She is.
The what?
All right. So the resolution is resolution appointing Jacqueline Murray as acting municipal clerk pursuant to NJSA 40A:9-133C. Roll call to adopt the resolution appointing Jacqueline Murray as acting municipal clerk. Councilman Abdelaziz.
So, Madam Clerk, I've been working with you before I was on the council, with the Democratic Party and other committee stuff. So I wasn't part of the process, right? I was getting what we're getting now was on the committee. I'm confident that you're gonna do the job, not just for all 9 council members, but for the entire city.
Thank you.
Like I stated, I knew you before I was on the council. In my time on the council, you've been nothing but professional with me. You've delivered anything I needed. You've served the residents of the 6th Ward and the entire city graciously in your acting, in your deputy capacity and your acting capacity.
Thank you.
I don't stay really late for many meetings, as you heard throughout the meeting, but for you tonight, I stayed late. So my vote is yes, and everyone else, good night.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Cotton.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I just want to say that I have been with you for a while. I see what you do. I see the hard work. You have 9 bosses, and you treat us all the same. And I want to say to you, I know that you do everything, but the only thing I want you to do, Madam Clerk, when them council people come to you and they know stuff ain't right, you need to tell them.
I know.
Don't come to me and want me to do something, and I know this is not the right procedure. If you gotta hit something, hit it. Because I've seen it, you've been very stressful for the last couple weeks.
Yes.
Our Madam Clerk has not been well. It has been so unfair, and I kept saying to you, we gonna get it. We gonna get it. And you see what happens? You see what happens. Madam Clerk, you work hard. Let me tell y'all, Madam Clerk, she is so good. She is so good. She can do 5, 6, 7 things at one time. And that's unusual for people to be able to do all those tasks, multitask. But Madam Clerk, you're from the clerk's office to the council office, you back and forth. I'm happy that we decided, but God put it here, for you to be here by yourself.
Thank you.
Because see, people know, you don't put people in a place that you know you're gonna do all the work, but they're gonna make more money than you. That ain't right. So, Madam Clerk, I'm happy that you are our, I've been here with 3 city clerks, Jane, Sonia, now you. I remember when Sylvia Elmer got put in back in the 80s. So, Madam Clerk, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you know, like I told you before out there, I don't let them leave here by themselves. I'll wait for them, and we all go out together. We have a security that waits for us to go to the lot. Madam Clerk, congratulations.
Thank you.
I love you dearly,
I love you too.
and my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davalin.
So once again, we're here, okay? Regardless of whatever rhetoric has been stated and whatever has been said, all right? There's a process. There's an MOU and there's a process, and the process was followed, okay? And with that said, and I'll continue to repeat it, there were numerous applicants, of which the majority did not qualify at all right? And then there were 7, and from those 7, 4 decided at the end to back out. Well, one of them didn't have credentials, right? And then there were 3 left. And with that said, they were all interviewed, all asked the same questions. I've known the clerk for many years. I'm talking college years. When she graduated from college, I've known her and I've worked with her. And yes, she's been part of the city for 14 years, but I know when she became the deputy clerk, when Sonia Gordon was recommended by Jane, she said, she's my deputy clerk, she should be the clerk. So yes, like Councilwoman Cotton, I've been with Madam Mayor Clerk Jane Warren Williams, I was with Sonia Gordon, and now having gone through the process, and yes, God works in mysterious ways, absolutely. All right, and with that said, there's no more to say, but I don't like the lies being created. But you know what? There's a God. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a God, and maybe, because you know, people may think someone is being exposed or not, but in the right time, truth always prevails. So with that said, my vote is yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Sir. Councilman Jackson.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Ernie.
Come on, Jackson. Come on, Jackson.
First of all, my hat goes off to you, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Your composure,
Yes.
your professionalism, your patience,
Yes.
even in the face of insults,
Yes.
even in the face of lies,
Yes.
even in the face. I recall, because I mean, there's a few times that that I had to keep my composure. Because I remember Councilman Rivera when he was here making some claims about your supposed level of incompetence, yet you're running circles around everyone, you know, getting things done. So even when people take shots at you, you've always maintained such a high level of professionalism, and I totally respect that. So today is your day. Today is your day. From here on forward, moving forward, your integrity, bring it forward, because you know, you're entitled to it, and don't allow anyone to try to snuff that out. But I won't prolong this, but we all know how we got here. And I'm gonna just say this last thing, because I'm happy that, you know, this segment is being televised. I really want to take my hat off. I really want to take my hat off to those other candidates who respected the process, the true process of understanding someone's long-term commitment and removing yourself from being a wedge. See, that's how things are supposed to go, because karma is something, and you can see it in other spaces, right? When someone steps forward and steps on someone, and look how they end up. When the greed of the position, I just want to have it, look how it ends up. It hasn't ended well. People then, all of a sudden, you know, their positions in the paper changes. And one thing that I take my hat off to, because those other candidates, and I'm sure you know who I'm speaking of, I have no ill feelings towards you. I respect you greatly, even prior to, but I respect you even more because you understood the process, and you know that you would not want to have someone do the same thing to you. So I take my hat off to you for removing your hat from the process. And Madam Clerk, so well deserved. I'm disappointed but best believe next week, if I have to single-handedly make sure this chambers will be filled with flowers, and we should have done it on a regular meeting, and I appreciate you. And continue to do the great work you do. I'm proud to say my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman Mendez.
Wow. Thank you, Madam Clerk, and I told Ernie to stay here because I want him to hear what I want to say. Madam Clerk, you show how professional you are back on the election in 2022 when Mayor Andrea took the clerk department to court and humiliate your department in front of the judge. Sonia Gordo went in front of the judge and testified because he was trying to take me out of the race. He was challenging my petition, knowing that the clerk department did the job, that the clerk department did the right thing by certifying me as a candidate for mayor, and behind somebody else, which I believe that that's illegal, behind somebody else, he used somebody else's name from the state warrant and challenging me in court to try to take me out. You stood on your ground according with the law, and Sonia also our clerk, and here we are. I know how professional you are because you took a lot of heat from personal interest, a lot of power on top of that department to try to remove me from the election. And at the end, because the truth is always come out, at the end, Mayor said he paid Genova Burns all the fee from his campaign when he used somebody else's name, which I believe there's some illegality that I'm not a lawyer, but that's something that should be reviewed. And I'm gonna say it because I was waiting for this moment, because you know what? I'm a hard-working person. I work day and day, and that little game cost me $30,000. And you all know I don't have a job from any entity. I do my business. I'm in the private sector, and I work hard for every dollar that I put in my pocket. And he did that to your department. You stood right there. So I know you. I started working with you when I was elected as a councilman at large in 2014, and I see how professional you are. God is great. God is good.
All the time.
With that being said, it's been a long night, but it's a beautiful night. My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilman
Thank you.
Mendez. Councilwoman Mims.
So let me say this. This is how the people win. No matter what anyone tries to do against what's right, victory always prevails. We don't have to speak and say who was, who wasn't. God sees and knows, and you know. We don't have to have long speeches tonight, because you know who was with you all throughout this process. And I say the same thing. I spoke to one of the candidates, and when they removed their name from the process, and we had a conversation, and she said, and I quote, she said, "I would never want to be in a situation where I'm in that position where it could happen to me." And I commend her for not letting anyone utilize her to remove someone from something they've been doing for 14 years, have been serving this city, live in this community, and then the unmitigated goal, they would have had to train, you would have had to train the person that they would have brought on over you. So here is a true witness tonight of God, which I told you from the door. God worked it out. Everyone fizzled out. There was no one to interview because you were it. You were God's choice. You were God's choice from the beginning. And in addition to that, the people. When people think that people are not a movement, things like this will continue to show them that there is a movement in this community and is a force to be reckoned with. You deserve this promotion on tonight. I've spoken to you many times, and I've told you from the door, I never straddled the fence, never played with it, exposed the process, said what was going on, and guess what? As the night came through, you're the only one standing. You're the one that God looked to stand in the gap. Don't make me give a little message on it. But in closing, let's do it. In closing to vote. Let's do it. Madam Clerk, I congratulate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because I am the fifth vote.
Thank you.
I am the fifth vote. 1, 2, 3, yeah, fifth vote. So it's final. I congratulate you, Madam Clerk. You deserve this. You've worked for it, And this shows the rest of the employees in our community that people that work hard, that when it's time for promotion, they deserve to be elevated. So I commend you for your tenacity. I commend you for even your humility when things were done, said, and all that against you, and you still stayed quiet. But there's a great blessing and a great reward that God has in store for you because you did not open your mouth. And the scripture says, they esteemed you stricken, but you opened not your mouth. May God bless you. Congratulations. And the fifth vote to take it over the top is a yes.
Thank you, Councilwoman Mims. Councilman Udine?
No, I'm 5.
Madam Clerk,
6.
No.
6.
Al voted?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm 6.
I'm-
Well, I made it the majority, the 2/3. I made the real, well, you know what I meant with the real votes, the other votes, okay.
all right, first of all, thank you, and again, you have received my unofficial vote way advanced, and I said it on live that I'm for you, and I said it with my rationale, it's not because of one's color or background. I said you are in the position for many, many years. And if we get someone from anywhere else, you have to train that individual. And to me, it's not fair at all. If you need to hire someone to cover the gap in the office, maybe we can hire for some other position, but not for the clerk that needs experience. So with that being said, I don't need to mention one more time, you received my vote. And you knew that we had this, I said it publicly because I'm for the right. And with that being said, and again, I commend your professionalism, your hard work day and night. Even during your lunchtime, I saw you were typing in one hand and eating lunch in another time. So I saw this, I witnessed this. So with that being said, Paterson, you are lucky to have another wonderful person as of your city clerk. Congratulate her any way possible. And with that being said, my vote is proudly a big yes.
Thank you, Councilman Udine. Councilman Velez?
So I just got to say this, and probably Councilwoman Davila is going to agree with me. But first of all, I know you're going to agree with me what I'm going to say now. When Sonia Gordon decided to retire, there was a rule in place based on the MOU that the position needed to be published to the public for people who apply. I question myself, why, when we have her? But the rules was that the law says, and DCA said that they had to publish the position and have it as an open applicants to come in. The first person that went, probably me, go to your office and say, did you apply? And she said, no, not yet. And I tell her, you better apply. And you could testify on this. I went to your office early in the 9 something in the morning. Now, the process was, and everybody knows, just in case everybody said it was a problem between Latinos and this and that, never been. 40 individual applies. And those application was divided this way. City clerk with certification. City clerk experience. Administrator position experience. Administrative secretary experience. And the last package was experience as a clerk. We took all those applicants, we was ready to set interview, all of them.
For what?
40. But out of the process, some people probably saw council meeting and decide not to come in for interview. We find out, and Councilwoman Davila could testify, we find out probably process an hour before coming in today that the last person in finance, that this other person will not be or don't want to get interview. And through the administration she did, right? The last person sent a letter, and it says, because a personal matter that she had. Nobody say about races or Latino or black, whatever. No, it was a process. And to say that we was in cahoot or whatever, that to grab somebody. No, we wasn't. Whoever told you that, bring him to the table and say, Louis Velez say so, or she say, or somebody else says, say that. You know why? We did the process. That's the way process. And you know, by the way, Madam Davila could testify. Madam BA could testify. You know what the CA also say? If you have it dysfunctional, in other words, in the process, you could start the process all over again. And we say no. We say no. Why? Because I know that we have a person sitting at the clerk since 2018. Let me say this, 2018. Probably working in the office 12, 14 years. But she was as a deputy clerk since 2018. Saying that, last but not least, hopefully the administration and councilmen understand this. The role that you're doing is a phenomenal one. We have good communication. People that come to your office, I come to your office a lot. I ask you a lot of questions. You're always being diligent to come forward. But the administration is the higher authority. Hopefully, we could full staff the clerk office. Okay, full staff the clerk office, because we already budget to have a full staff in the clerk office, especially with all the elections coming forward and all the work that the community asks for from the city clerk's office. Last but not least, I just want to say welcome, before my vote, to the new camera man up there and the person that be able to run this TV equipment, Mr. Rafael Gonzalez, filling for Mr. Ming.
Okay.
So, saying that,
Take over from Mr. Ming.
taking over because Mr. Ming retired.
Yeah.
So, once again, Madam Clerk, we're proud. I could stand, we're proud.
Thank you.
When it comes up to decision like this, I'm colorblind. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman Velez. Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm the final vote. Congratulations. I've been working with Madam Clerk since December 1st, since Madam Sonia Gordon retired. And there have been a lot of things said back and forth for last, 3-4 months. Anybody want to know about my character, what kind of person I am? Ask Madam Clerk. Ask Madam Clerk. You will get your answer. Give her a call tomorrow and ask her, how is your relationship, or how is Council President Click with you? Give her a call tomorrow and ask her. Please. That's all I'm going to say. And that, I don't want to further discuss this matter. And we've been talking back and forth for about 3 months or so. There is a process, and we have to follow the process. And the only reason we have to do what we had to do, because of MOU, and this council body voted on the MOU. That's why we had to follow this process. My vote is yes. Congratulations, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. President. The votes are 9 yeses. Resolution appointing Jacqueline Murray as acting municipal clerk pursuant to NJSA 40A9-133C is hereby adopted.
Thank you. Roll call, Jennifer.
Special meeting. No, we voted on her.
To close the special meeting.
No.
Roll call to close the special meeting.
Yes.
Close the special meeting.
Now we're voting to
March
close.
21st. Councilwoman Cotton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilman Mendez.
Let's definitely welcome Rafael Gonzalez. He's taking Mr. Ming's position as Mr. Ming is home, enjoying his retirement. Welcome, Rafael Gonzalez. My vote is yes to close the special meeting, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Mendez. Councilman Udine.
Happily, yes.
Thank you. Councilwoman Mims. Councilman Velez?
Mr. Rafael Gonzalez, welcome too. You got 18, almost 16 years working in government TV. I know it's going to be a good asset for the city of Paterson. So my vote is yes.
Mr. President?
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 8 yeses, 1 absent. Special meeting of March 21st is hereby adjourned.
Council President, can
President.
we resume the workshop?
Yes,
Yes.
we will, can we go off the air?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Who's up there, Ryan?
Ryan.
No, we're still on.
You could cut.
Council President, I'd like to take the items 30.
29, 30, 30.